This is weird, eh?
Yeah.
Welcome.
I was nervous that I wouldn't be able to do it, but now we did it.
Well, we did that. Now I gotta see.
Where Cat is.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's see. There's catnip. All right. Let's see. I'm like, I think we trying to figure out this thing. I'm still jealous because I know where you
I know.
at.
With the old people.
like, like you just relaxing
All
in
the old people.
the. I don't know where cat is. I sent them a
She responded to the text, so she's probably just having
technical.
technical figuring it out. It was pretty easy. I saw Fitness for All Bodies went live.
Oh, you did?
Yep, and then I clicked on it.
I'm trying to see where this young lady sent us a three-way text. It's just three now, though. Anyway, well, I was at work today. I had a great job. I had a great day at work. You on vacation, so
I did. I taught a virtual class this morning, though.
I wasn't. What you did?
Hot,
Oh,
hot, but it
did you
was
do?
good.
Did you do it from the beach?
No, because you can't get reception. I did it from like out on the back deck in the grass, so it was a little off because it's a little slanted. But it was good, and it's hot. It's hot here. It's hot, but it was good.
Shoot,
Nice.
it's a good hot. Shoot, I ain't mad.
I'll appreciate when I get back to New Jersey and it's cold and I'm freezing.
Not that cold, is it? Not in New Jersey.
Not right now, but it's gonna be. It's cold in Boston. I know it's always cold in Boston. My
No,
daughter tells me.
very nice. I just finished from Portia. It's beautiful out. It's
You
very
don't live you don't live that far from her, I don't think. She lives in Norwood.
Norwood.
Yeah, by Westwood, Walpole.
Oh yeah, I know where that is. Yeah. When you going to visit, we can swing some kettlebells.
May.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. I'll give you a shout when I'm there.
Yo, that's nice. We swing some kettlebells.
Would love to swing some kettlebells.
I don't know.
Did we find Kat?
Um, I tried. Let me see again. There it
Oh,
is.
she
All right.
joined.
All right. Let me try again. Let me try. All right. All right. Send it a second. People like, Justice, why you always be talking so much? I'll be like, I don't know.
There she
There
is.
she is.
Hi.
Hi.
Greetings.
Okay, so my thing is saying connecting, connecting. I can hear you guys, but I can't see you guys. It's connecting.
It's connecting. We can
It's
see you, but
connecting.
you're
We just,
frozen.
yeah, you're frozen.
But
Okay.
it's spinning. You're getting
Yeah, it's
there.
spinning. It's spinning. It's spinning.
We can hear you though. How are you doing today?
Doing good. I'm a little upset with my sister because I wanted to go to the mall and get some makeup and stuff, but she didn't want to go with me. So I'm mad at her right now.
Don't be real, man. Don't be real, man. That is definitely a date you can remake, right?
Yeah.
You can remake.
Yeah. And then she has a job interview on Monday that she wants me to take her to. Oh.
Ooh, okay. Let's see how that's going. So
Mm-hmm.
we going because I think this shuts us off at an hour. So I wanted
Oh, okay. I'm
I
here.
wanted
I
to.
see
Oh,
you.
You're
I
there. You're
see you
good.
now. I see you. You is in live in action now. All
Okay, I see
right.
you guys.
So
Oh,
welcome,
my
welcome.
grandparents from North Carolina. They just pulled up in my driveway. So yeah, they just got here. They literally just pulled up.
They probably like, why you sitting in your car like that?
For privacy. Shoot.
I know that's right. So let me introduce us. So, coaching beyond cues, a discussion on coaching for all abilities. This discussion features Kat, and we're going to really begin learning about Kat's story and their journey via fitness. So, Kat, let's begin. And oh, also, Adrienne's on. Adrienne. Yo, my former boss and colleague, the best, right? And also a coach's Kat. So I'm like excited about this conversation. So our first question goes to Kat. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're at.
Okay. I'm in, even though I have my little Texas hoodie on, I'm in New Jersey right now. I used to live in Houston, Texas, and then I like to say I was kidnapped because my family, they convinced me to move to New Jersey. They said, oh, you'll be closer, you have more help here, and yada, yada, yada. So I left Texas, and now I'm here in Jersey, and I'm still trying to escape. Yes. But I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2015, November 2015, and I was in Texas and I was by myself. I was living my life. I was like 25. You know, I was living my life. I had a great job. I had a car. I had everything. Everything was set up for me. Like I was good, good. I was going to the gym because my job, I worked at the hospital, so we had a gym at my job. And hold on, this is my grandma. I'm sorry, my grandma right here. I'm sorry. Hi. No, not right now. I'm on a call right now, but give me a hug, give me a hug, give me a hug, give me a hug. I'll be in the house in just a second. Oh, okay. All right, it's so good to see you. Yeah, you know, I ain't going nowhere. It's not like I'm
Yes,
walking in it. I don't need no shoes. I'm not walking nowhere. So,
nothing but love.
yeah, I don't have any shoes on. But yes, I was diagnosed in 2015. I was living with I had a boyfriend. We were living together and everything. And it kind of, my diagnosis kind of, it rocked us because before I was diagnosed, I was having all the symptoms and I had severe fatigue and I thought he was trying to poison me. I watch a lot of crime shows and stuff. So I was like, why do I feel so sedated? Like, what is going on? So I blamed him. I thought he was trying to kill me and everything. So we broke up and da da da. Then I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. But before that, I was active. I was going to Pilates, yoga, kickboxing, anything a person with legs who does fitness stuff was doing, I was doing that, you know. Then after my diagnosis, that's when my body started to physically not shut down, but my legs, it just started to, first they went numb. Then I started like shuffling my feet. I couldn't pick up my feet. Then I was limping. Then I had to use a cane. Then I had to use a walker. Then I got pregnant. And when I was 6 months pregnant, that's when I was in the wheelchair. So I was thinking, oh, you know, after the baby comes, then maybe I can go back to the walker or even go back to the cane. I thought I would regain something, but it never came back. My legs, it never came back. So after I left Texas, I went to North Carolina because my older sister was in North Carolina and she was telling me, oh, North Carolina is the greatest for healthcare. No. So that whole time from, I say my lease was up, my lease had a year lease because I had my own apartment. After the year lease, I moved to New Jersey with my mom. And I've been here with my mom for about 2 years. And before I signed up for the gym at Tilton Fitness, I wasn't doing anything. I was sitting in the house, just eating, bored, you know, eating my boredom, I guess. And I became really depressed. So I said, I want to do something, anything. I don't care. I want to get out of the house. I didn't want to do, you know, the workouts on YouTube and all that stuff like that. My mind needed to be somewhere else in order for me to be effective with my workouts. So I looked up Tilton Fitness. I saw they had a pool. I saw that they had Bacharach. That's the physical therapy, like the physical therapy company or whatever. I saw they had that there too. So I said, oh, this will be great for me. So I called Tilton Fitness. I asked them, are they accessible? I let them know that I was in a wheelchair and everything. They weren't too familiar with my situation. And then I saw that they do the workouts for people who have Parkinson's and stuff like that. So they weren't too familiar with my situation, but they said that, they could make some accommodations for me. So I came to the gym, I signed up. They had me, I was going to work with one girl, and they were really, really excited about it. They said, oh, she has a boyfriend who's also in a wheelchair. So I felt like, yes, this is somebody who is used to, a situation with dealing with a person who's in a wheelchair, so I was really happy about that. Then they told me, oh, we're going to put you with Adrienne. And I was like, no. This before I knew who Adrienne was. I was like, no, because I didn't feel comfortable working with someone who wasn't like all too familiar with a person who's in a wheelchair, because anytime you have a disability, the person who has a disability, you have to get personal with whoever you're around because of your situation. You can't hide it. I can't hide it. I can't push it to the side, or I can't keep it to myself. So when I'm out, whoever is with me, you have to be with me, my main concerns were, going to the bathroom if I had an accident or something like that. How would this person react, and then how it would make me feel if they didn't react the way that made me feel comfortable. So I was really skeptical about working with Adrienne, because I just thought that girl who had the boyfriend who was in a wheelchair was the best option for me. But when I met Adrienne, she made me feel super comfortable. To the point where I asked her to help me in the bathroom. I would never ask anyone to help me. If anything, I would go home. I would leave. And that's normally what happens. I end up leaving. And Adrienne was like, no, you don't have to leave. I'm going to help you, and we're going to do this. Even when there was a situation, I came to the gym and I was on the phone with the insurance company, and dealing with the insurance companies, I was on hold forever. I couldn't hang up. So I had to go, and I'm on speakerphone. Adrienne's helping me. I have a 3-year-old. She's helping me and my 3-year-old out the car. I'm still on speakerphone. We get inside. She's telling me to do the workouts. I'm doing my workouts. I'm still on speakerphone. Then they answered. I'm talking to them, and they're not telling me the things that I wanted to hear,
They
And
should have
so
been telling you the things you wanted to hear, not to interrupt, but it was terrible.
it was terrible. And then I started crying. While I'm doing my workout, I'm crying. And Adrienne is there, like she's there in front of me. So I didn't feel, I felt kind of embarrassed, because I'm like, my mind is supposed to be here with you with the workout. And this is something, I felt like this is something that's normally behind the scenes. This is something that I deal with by myself. And then for me to break down in front of Adrienne, she didn't judge me. She didn't make me feel like, oh, well, maybe you need to leave, and maybe we can just reschedule or come back another day. She was with me the entire time, and she encouraged me to keep going. And that is very, very important when you are a coach and you're working with someone who is disabled. This is something you can't be taught. This is something that you can't learn. It has to be in you, and it's in Adrienne. She's got it. She's got the it, Yeah. So now, with COVID and everything and the gym closing, I kind of reverted back to my isolation. I'm in the house. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing my workouts because I can't get my mind.
Frozen a little bit.
Frozen.
So it'll catch back out. I remember that day with the insurance company, and I felt awful because they were giving her the runaround for something that should have been simple. It was a necessity. It was approved. She should have had what she needed, and they kept passing her on to other people. I can't share because of privacy what she was looking for from them, but it was a terrible way to be treated.
Well, let me.
Terrible.
I wanna ask you a couple of questions until she joins.
Sure.
Um, for you, the powerful thing I feel, and because you did this for me as well, is you created a space where I felt welcome to work with your colleague and as your employee. I would really love for you to share how you created a space where Kat felt comfortable beyond all of the challenges around or in the environment around y'all. How was you able to create an environment where there was that sense of belonging for Kat?
Well, I had very good training. I've been doing this a long time, 30 plus years. So when I came to Tilton, I had great mentors myself, and then I was working for a YMCA, YMHA. Uh, it was a collaborative organization, and I got a lot of training there because it is a community center rather than a commercial fitness center. And they had started with the Parkinson's program with the Delay the Disease, and we were offered the opportunity to get trained and certified in that program, and that had an MS background. So as I took those opportunities, I learned more, and then we started on as an intern working with other coaches that were already experienced and certified, and then you start to learn more of what people need as you're coaching them.
Mm,
Spent a lot of time both. I was lucky both at the Y and at Tilton that there was a physical therapy center right in there with therapists that were willing to network. And so when I had questions about making things accessible and what to expect, they helped me as well. This is what you can expect. This is what you can do. This is what you can't do. So I have to say there she is. She's back.
Sorry, my phone got hot and it like cut off. It was telling me
You're
that I had to
back.
wait for it to cool down and everything. That was weird. But what was I saying?
Well, I'll let her continue.
Ah,
Let me just finish up by saying so that was good. I had a good network of people to help me. And then, of course, when Kat and I met, it was a question, being able to feel comfortable asking her questions and
yes.
her shit like, what do you need? What can we do? We had to work around Tutu, her beautiful little daughter, and getting her what she needed to get in and out of the car. And
mhm.
just it was a learning experience for both of us. And as things happened, as challenges appeared, we created solutions for them as best we could.
Yeah.
um, because everybody has different needs.
Mhm.
Working with special population, everybody's needs are different. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's a I don't want to say a guessing game, but sometimes it's a trial and error.
Mhm.
Trial and error.
Mhm. Yeah. And
And
then you have to get personal, and that's the thing that I believe discourages a lot of people who have disabilities that are overweight. You have to get personal, and it can be embarrassing, and you have to have a coach that makes you feel comfortable enough to share, because it's like these secrets, these little secrets, and you have to be comfortable with your coach, to share your secrets. That's the thing. That's the thing. Being with somebody who makes you feel comfortable. And again, that can't be taught.
mm,
So if you're going to be a coach, you're thinking about being a coach, you got to have that personality that caters to everyone and not just one type of person or one type of body that you want to help. Because when you're working out, you get personal, you know?
mm.
So yeah.
Yes, we
I,
do.
I wanted to ask you to tell us about, why when you found a gym again, right? And you found Tilton, right? Tell us what
Hmm.
was your experience during training and tell
Okay.
us.
So I found found Tilton Fitness because of Bacharach, the physical therapy office, because I was also going to Bacharach for my physical therapy. And my physical therapy was only 2 days a week. And I said, I need to do more. I want to do more. And my insurance didn't cover more. So that's how I found Tilton, because they were connected together. I'm looking for a gym now, because now that I've worked with Adrienne, I know what I want. I know the type of coach that I want, and I know what I need to have in order to be successful with my workouts. So I'm still looking for a gym. Now I have this guy that I love so much, and he is willing to train me. It's just that we have to find a gym that is going to accommodate my needs, or be able to accommodate as far as the equipment. Is the equipment able to be modified? Because at Tilton Fitness, they had some like all-in-one machine, something like that, and I was
We
able to
had
do
the
different.
cable. Yeah,
Yeah,
we had the cable. We had the dual cables, so we were
yeah,
able to put her wheelchair right in between those dual cables
yeah.
and
I was able
utilize
to do
that.
yeah, I was able to do different things. And then the gym, they put a bar, like the handicap bar. They put one up for me so that I can do different type of workouts. They let me be in this little private room, so I had my privacy with Adrienne. And so if another gym can't do that, or even half of that, then I can't go there. But yeah, now since Tilton, Adrienne has really set the bar high, and I have expectations. And if I go to another gym and I have a coach and they're telling me they can't do this and they can't do that, I'm just like, why not? Why not? But
Yeah.
it's the going through all of that part. It can be discouraging, because I can just be like, I don't want to deal with that. That's drama, that's stress. I don't want to deal with that. But I know that if I want to meet my goals, I have to go through it in order to get to it. You know? Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good little rhyme. Go through it to
Yes,
get to.
I was
Go
just
through it
about
to
to
get
say
to
you
it. I
both
like
heard
that.
Yes,
it.
yes.
That
So
needs to be
Yes.
on
that's
a
the
plaque
thing.
or a pillow.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then the guy, actually, no, I'm not gonna say it. But he's willing to help me, but he's not trained in handling my type of disability, or even working with someone who's in a wheelchair. So he's willing to learn, it's just that he doesn't have all the tools, or he doesn't have the education. And I have to tell him, hey, Ari, that's my sister Hefty. That's my sister Ari.
Hey.
But yes, he doesn't have the knowledge of working with me. And another reason why Adrienne is so great is that she's willing to tell him, because she's worked with me and she's familiar with me and she knows what I need and what I don't need, what I can do and what I can't do and stuff. She's willing to teach him, or coach him on how to coach me. So that's a good thing too. Now I don't know if that's Tilton Fit. No, that's Adrienne. That's just Adrienne. That's
Yeah,
that's just
Tilton
Adrienne.
Fitness doesn't exist anymore,
Yeah.
unfortunately, with COVID.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the great people that work there, hopefully wherever they go or wherever they are now, they can bring their skills and their qualifications and their personality to wherever they are, to make anyone else who is disabled comfortable as Adrienne made me feel while I was there. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you. You already talked a little bit about it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask you, and then we're going to go to Adrienne.
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell coaches? What would you say to coaches out there?
Mm-hmm. Um, this is what I would say. When you're working with someone who's disabled, again, it's not something that is taught. I'm gonna say it's 50% education and skills, and 50% your own personality. If I'm just meeting you for the first time, and you don't make me feel comfortable enough to tell you my situation, or tell you my needs and everything, then I'm not going to tell you. And then if I don't tell you, and the situation happens, it's going to feel awkward, I'm going to be embarrassed, I'm never going to come back, and you're never going to see me again. So you don't have to be like, oh, you don't have to do that. um Another thing, I'm not an inspiration. Just because I'm working out and I'm in a wheelchair, that's not inspirational. You know, I'm doing normal things. This is what normal everyday people do. You know, if I go rock climbing, that's inspirational. That's crazy. You know, that's something. If I go skydiving, that's crazy. But me doing normal things, you know, just because I'm in a wheelchair, that's not inspirational. That's just regular stuff. You know, but to tell a coach in the future who's wants to or has somebody that's come to him to come to them that's disabled, make them feel comfortable first before you try to educate or before you try to do anything physical. You have to make them feel comfortable. That's number one. And I don't know what that would mean to somebody who somebody to a coach, but just try to put yourself in our situation. And how would you want someone to talk to you, or how would you want someone to make you feel, knowing that it's not always going to be peaches or cream when you're working with someone who has a disability? So I say, even if we didn't work out, because sometimes I was too weak and me and Adrienne would just be talking sometimes, that's more than enough. You know, don't judge me, don't make me feel bad, and don't patronize me, you know? So yeah, and that's what I would tell somebody. Mm-hmm.
So I want to first, before I go towards Adrienne, say
Mm-hmm.
that I've been following you since you connected with Adrienne. I was like, who's Adrienne working with?
I'm going to
All
get back on
right.
it. I
I was
promise.
like, all right, Kat. All right. All right.
I'm
Doing
going to get back on it.
it there.
Adrienne
And
really encouraged me and pushed me. She really did. She made me want to come to the gym. She really did. Even if I didn't feel like working out, I'm like, I'll get to see Adrienne, you
yeah,
know? Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very grateful that you decided to join us and share and be intimate with us, because I want everyone on here to understand, like, when people share from an intimate place, this intimate place comes from love and understanding. You have just received gifts, and I want that to be applied, right? Some amazing, powerful gifts that you have given me as a fitness coach, as a person in general, in a world that just wants to love, right? I'm
Yeah.
so grateful for all of the things you have given me today.
Thank
And
you.
no, thank you. You got a little bit of a song. And, and now let's move to Adrienne, because we started off with how you were able to create that sense of belonging. Share about your journey with Kat.
Well, like I said, it was a learning experience for both of us, but she was so willing to try anything, you know, and we had a lot of successes, and we've had some failures where we're looking to
Yeah.
see what her body could do.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like, let's try this. You know, I've
Mm-hmm.
connected with the physical therapist. I've been on some sites for, you know, for MS, and let's see if we can try this. That didn't work. It's either
Yeah.
not fun or her body's not moving that way. And so let's get on to the next thing and finding those successes,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and moving forward with those successes. We had great success with the battle ropes. We had great
Mm-hmm.
success with
Medicine
upper
ball.
body with
I
the
like that too.
weights, the medicine balls, which
Mm-hmm.
was great because we could get some. She could get some frustration out, because you know
Mm-hmm.
what? She not only
Mm-hmm.
is she dealing with all the everyday stuff, but she also
Mm-hmm.
had a 2-year-old, which you know, listen, I know I'm a mother of four. You just like slam that ball as hard as you can.
Yes,
One
and
day
she's
we got
getting
yelled
into
at
her
because we made too
treacherous
much noise.
threes.
We were slamming the ball too hard. We made too much noise for the people next door. But it's, if I could give some advice to any trainers, it's build yourself a really good network of practitioners that you can count on and depend on, because sometimes I might not be able to handle a client or handle an issue, and I've got the person you need to see, or I've got the person I can reach out to for help, and build a network and be open to sharing. Justice and I talked about trainers tend to, I don't want to share. I'm afraid I'll lose a client. No, it sometimes if you might lose a client to another trainer, that person might be better suited and it will come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have that good relationship with other coaches, with other practitioners, chiropractors, physical therapists, acupuncturists, so you can refer out, and you can also not be afraid to say, I don't have the answer for this, or this
Mm-hmm.
is above my pay grade. And quite frankly, I think we need to step back and you need to see your physician, or we need to consult with your physician.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things are so important when you're coaching people with disabilities, or even special populations, seniors, Parkinson's, MS, recovering from surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all of those issues that come into play when you're in a gym, when you're in a fitness center and workout space.
Mm-hmm. And it was especially um it made me feel even more comfortable when Adrienne was like, "Oh, well, let me ask this physical therapist, what we can do." And I'm like, "Well, dang, you really want to try with me? Like, we're not going to be doing the same thing all the time, every time I come here." Yeah, that was she tried, she tried. And if you don't want to work with someone who's disabled, don't do it just for the money. You have to really have your heart into it, because Adrienne went above and beyond, and that.
And that's what I'm saying. And not everybody is cut out for that. But if you're a coach and that's not where you see yourself, and that's not your passion and your calling, you should have a network where you can say, you know what, I'm not the right person for you to train with, but I've
Mm-hmm.
got somebody great that you're gonna love, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna connect the two of you together, and this is a great coach for you.
Yes.
It's
We.
important because not everybody it is personal training. We talked about that, and you have to connect with somebody. Not everybody connects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have to have a passion for it. And we need more coaches that are familiar or want to help people with disabilities, because physical therapy is not enough. I mean,
Yeah,
for me, some people
that's
like
an
2 days a week.
industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an industry issue. There's not enough places to get certified. There's not enough. I mean, like I said, I was lucky with the Y, but that program now is like in Ohio, and you have to be able to travel there to get certified. And they're
Mm.
trying to make the program more accessible. Ohio Health picked it up, and so now Ohio Health is trying to get it into an online platform, so people don't, if you don't have the resources to travel to Ohio to get certified.
That's
So
good.
I'm going to take a step back, just as somebody who's been in the industry for 30 years, so you youngsters can understand a little bit. There were no certifications. There was no education. There was nothing when the industry first started. And the industry is very young. It's probably 35, 40 years old. The first gym I worked at, we didn't have, there was no AFA or ACE or NASM. You either got a physical education degree, um, and if you liked to exercise and you were a fitness enthusiast, you just coached people. So the industry has to catch up with the needs of the population, and it's getting there slowly but surely. It's morphing away from lose 10 pounds in 10 days um, to creating health and wellness. It used to be the club or the spa or the fitness place, the racket club. It's turned into health and wellness centers. We're merging with hospitals. We're merging with physical therapy centers, and so the industry is changing and growing. And hopefully, as we move further into the future, and as we start to age, those fitness enthusiasts, we're going into the 80s, when it started in the 80s, the craze, the fitness craze.
Mm-hmm.
They're all my age now, and they're becoming seniors, and we're realizing in the industry that we have to change. Bodies are changing, people are changing, and we're getting there. We're getting there because you see it popping up all the time. We do at conferences and conventions, and you see, oh, a new certification came out, a new certification for NASM for seniors, a new certification for MS, for arthritis, um, you know, autoimmune disorders like not osteoarthritis, but rheumatoid arthritis. So we're starting to see that progression.
Mm-hmm.
We're
And then
growing.
I want to add too, just because a person would have the certification with multiple sclerosis, they call this the snowflake disease because no two people are alike that have MS.
Yes.
It affects everybody differently. So you really, even though you may have that certification, you really have to get personal with your client that may be dealing with this disease, because you can't treat everybody who has MS the same. It affects everybody differently. So my mom has MS. You wouldn't know it. She's walking around, she's talking. You would not know that my mom she's had MS for about, I'm going to say maybe like 15 years. And it doesn't affect her the same way it affects me. My mom is jumping around and doing all types of things. She wants to go kayaking. She's doing all types of things. So if both of us were to sign up for the gym and we say we have MS, we wouldn't have the same workout plan. It wouldn't be the same. You still have to do your due diligence and figure out what is the best workout plan or what is the best goal for your client. You can't gulp everybody together, so I just wanted to add that too. Yeah.
I want to add something too. I believe that, like, much like in any movement, you have to meet people where they're at, and you have to
Mm.
take the lead of the person you're in front of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking you questions. I'm not making statements. I'm getting to
Mm-hmm.
know you because I'm building a relationship not only with you but with your body, and that is an intimate relationship that
Mm-hmm.
we have with each other. And so
Yes.
I acknowledge that, I honor that, and I'm humbled by that. It's a journey that we meet each other together as this relationship builds, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always asking. And you're right, Kat. People should not make these assumptions about book knowledge.
Yeah.
Book knowledge is in books.
Yes.
Good guide, but book knowledge ain't bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to begin to bring that into action, but in action in relevance. We take that knowledge, and it's not what people would say a cookie cutter model,
Right.
but we say it's a good frame to start with. Let's build it into something that belongs to me, belongs to
Mm-hmm.
Kat,
Mm-hmm.
belongs to Adrienne, belongs to whoever I'm in front of. We have to meet people where they're at as
Mm-hmm.
coaches, right, Kat?
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, I like you. You're the best.
Yes.
You're
Quarter.
the best.
Yes. Right. Yes.
Yes.
So I don't suggest, if you don't want to be a therapist, shoot, don't be a coach, because it's not just about fitness. It's in your mind too. You got to get your mind. If my mind is not right, then my workout won't be right. So yeah, when you're
And
a
that's everybody, Kat. Like,
Mhm.
that's whether you're struggling with MS or you're struggling with a condition. Everybody has good days and bad days. And that's the first question we need to always ask as coaches when we start our session. How are you feeling today? Because on
Mhm.
those days where we didn't hit it hard, sometimes we couldn't hit it hard.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
it's like, and that's everybody. How we approach a session or how we approach a new client. We don't take the new client and beat the shit out of them the first day. We learn
Yeah.
about them first. We see how they move. We see um, how they handle exercise, how they handle
Mhm.
their bodies, if they're comfortable moving their bodies, if they're not. Um,
Mhm.
some people can pick things up right away. Other people can't. And then some days we're on it. I joke, well, I'll go for my workout. And some days I feel like I could conquer the world. And then other days I feel like somebody put concrete in my shoes. I can't lift
Mhm.
them up. And
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's not going to happen today for me. My workout's just it's not going to happen today.
Mhm.
I've got to, maybe I need more sleep. Maybe I was too stressed. Maybe my body's telling me it's time to take a day off. No different from me to you to anybody to be able to say, this is a day we're feeling great. We're going to hit it a little harder today. And then those days where you said we did more talking probably than working out because she was not physically strong enough that day.
Yeah, I had to be able to
It
get
was a
back in the
tough
car.
day, right? Your
Yeah.
daughter was like, she's like, please put the baby in the childcare. Put that, right? Like, I need a break for a second. Like, we got to gather. Or there were days where we had difficulty getting, back in the vehicle or out
Oh
of the
yeah.
car, and that was a struggle. And it was like, all right, I need a mental break to just get my head in the right place, for her to get her head in the right place. And the good thing was she wasn't afraid to communicate that with me and say, you know what, today I'm freaking done, and today is a freaking awesome day. I'm ready to go. I'm ready. And you take advantage of those days. And
Yes.
as coaches, we watch the body, and we watch to see when it's too much, and sometimes when it's too little. Like, okay, you're moving great today. You may not feel it, but you're moving great. So I'm gonna push you a little bit because the movement looks good. The movement is looking good. We're getting in and out on the pull-ups, or the rows are looking good, and the form is great. It's not breaking down. And I really think that comes with experience. And I have to say, too, I had phenomenal mentors that were willing to share, because I did want to learn, but I didn't know where to go to learn. And there's a lot of false information out there. So who's giving me real good scientific facts and who's not? And I was lucky enough at a conference to network with some people many, many years ago. My friend Eric DeGatti, and he was my mentor with One Human Performance, who turned me on to a bunch of different practitioners, and was willing to share his knowledge with me and tell me where to go to find it. So when I became a manager, for those who wanted to learn, I could send them in the right direction. And a lot of times I had staff members that just thought they knew it all. And we don't know it all. We none of us do. We continue to learn every day.
Yes.
Because science changes every day.
Yes.
Movement science is a work in progress. Right?
Yes.
Right.
But
Thank you so much, you two, for these gems. I want to open it up to see if there's any questions that anyone out there that's following us had for, my amazing guest. Trying to see. There's a lot of love.
a lot
Thank
of
you
hearts floating
guys.
by.
A lot of hearts. Thank you, Decolonizing Fitness. Y'all, this is so good. Thank you. Hefty said yes. School them by Decolonizing Fitness. Jules, I'm glad I got my glasses on, because you know what, y'all? I would not be able to read this. This is so small.
I know that for a fact.
I'm like, I'm like, all right.
When Justice came
There's
down
some
from
hearts
Boston, he
there.
left his glasses in Boston. He had to borrow mine. They looked silly on him, but he got the job done.
I could see. I got my glasses now, though. I got them. Bad news bears. But yes.
So now I'm gonna go to Retro Fitness. I'm gonna check it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna check it out. I used to go there before. This was like years and years and years ago, while I was walking, and I'm trying to picture. I'm trying to imagine the gym now, because it was completely different from when I was walking. Like, even when I was at Tilton Fitness, there was a lot of machines and a lot of equipment that I wanted to get on, but I couldn't, because Adrienne couldn't pick me up, for one, or I didn't want to be stuck. And then we have to call all these people to come help me get off the machine. So that's another thing. Adrienne really made the machines that I could use. She made them adaptable. She was very creative, and you have to be creative, to do, because
you
don't. I didn't want to get bored with my workout, because if I'm bored, then I'm going to disappear. If I'm bored, so she really made it interesting, and that's one of the things that I really look for when I'm looking for a gym. For one, I need to know, is the bathroom accessible? A lot of the times they think just putting handicap rails next to the toilet, that makes it accessible. No, no. So that's one thing that I look for, is the bathroom accessible. The entrance, is the entrance accessible? The Tilton Fitness over in Northfield. Where's the other Tilton Fitness? Is it in Northfield?
Northfield.
Yeah, that one. The entrance
It
is a
didn't have,
hill.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a hill. So you have to. There's no way I'd be able to do it by myself.
It's
And
an
you have
older
to.
building, a way
Yeah,
Yeah.
older
that
building.
So
that
Yeah.
one's old.
and then they have different floors, but they don't have an elevator. So
Yeah,
they have, I think, their yoga or something like that, little studios, they're all downstairs.
Because it was originally a racket club. It wasn't a gym, and it was
yeah,
converted into a gym. So it was
So,
converted.
and
Yeah.
I'm closer to the one in Northfield. I'm closer, but because of the structure, that I couldn't go there, so I had to go out to Galloway, further out, to go to that Tilton Fitness. So that's one thing I look for. I look for the structure. Is, am I able to get in and get out comfortably? Parking. Do I have to park all the way, out in the parking lot? Is it too far away from the door? Because I think Retro Fitness is like in the same complex or shopping thing as I think it's a grocery store or something like
yeah.
that
It's a
by it.
grocery.
So
Yeah, supermarket.
so the way Tilton Fitness was in Galloway, the parking was right in front of the building. So that's another thing, because if it's raining, and I come to the gym and it's raining, then I got to go through the rain, the puddles and all that stuff. So that's something else that I have to keep in mind, when I'm working out, when I'm trying to choose a gym. And another thing, of course, the trainer. Am I comfortable with the trainer? Comfortable to get personal with my personal trainer. So those are some things that I look for when I am looking for a gym, that I have to keep in mind. Regular, normal, not normal or regular people, but most of the time they just go to the gym. But I have to really, if I choose a gym, it has to be the right gym, because I don't want to waste my money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a question there, I think, Justice.
What's the best way to build a network as a coach? That's a good question.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great question. Talking to people, visiting people, and seeing if their philosophies mesh with yours. So if you're looking for a chiropractor per se, is to go and check out some of the local chiropractors, go on their website, see if their philosophy fits and matches yours. Um, a lot of the physical therapists actually that I connected with is basically through the clients. The client would be at a physical therapy center, and I would say, well, do you give me permission to speak to your physical therapist? And then you get into your conversations, and then you build a relationship with those physical therapists, and you use them again, and then you start referring people back and forth. Oh great, Kat had this great physical therapist, and when
Mm-hmm.
one of my clients is looking for a physical therapist, I send them. And at Tilton, when I first took the job there, I went right up and met with John, and we
Mm-hmm.
talked and we conversed, and we talked about different issues, and we talked about all types of different issues that you come across, and his willingness to work with me, and also he understood right away that I was going to follow his lead. He's the medical practitioner. I'm not the doctor. He's the doctor. So I am going to follow his lead, and I'm going to ask questions and pay attention to what he's telling me, what to do and what not to do. And you start to build a relationship that way.
Mm-hmm.
And if I find that it's much like a doctor, if I look at reviews, if I find somebody that's not listening to my client, then that's somebody I'm not going to refer out to again. If my client says, they didn't listen to me, I told them this and they ignored me and they weren't paying attention, well, that's not the right person. So you build slowly. You ask your colleagues, do you know anybody good? You reach out to people. Reach out.
And I would do the same thing. I would recommend Adrienne, if I had a friend that was disabled and they were looking for a coach to work out and stuff, I would recommend Adrienne, just because of how she made me feel. So if Adrienne wasn't the best, then I would say, oh, I wouldn't go to Adrienne. If you do go, I don't know who you can go to, but don't go to her, because
And I would let a coach sit in on my session anytime. You know, anytime, if it's like I said, if it's not the right person, you know, can I come and watch your session? I have somebody I might want to refer. I see what you're doing. Can I come see what sit in on a session? Sure. Why not? Why would you say no? Justice, I sat in on your sessions. He sat on mine. Justice trained me. You know, Justice, I'd be like, I need a coach. You want to coach me today? You know, he's much more advanced with kettlebells than I am. Work with me on my snatches. Work with me on my cleans.
We had fun. Yo, we had fun.
With this old lady.
Yo, you good kettlebells. You blowing those bells up. I be following you. I see you working out.
Not bad for an old broad.
Nah, not
lady.
at all.
I'll be
Age is just a number.
Soon.
So I wanted to because this is going to cut us off soon, so I wanted to just thank you as well, Adrienne.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for, you know, sharing these gems. You know, I think one of the things is that as a new coach, we don't know to navigate in certain ways. It took me a long time to understand that it's okay to not know. As a coach, it's okay to build a network. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to follow the client's lead. All of these things are okay because these weren't things that I was taught, right? But it made me a better coach. One of the coaches who has become my mentor and coach told me, his name is Jason Pock, and he told me, he said, we learn from bodies. And I tell that to other coaches that be like, da-da-da. I'm like, nope. I always illuminate the person that has taught me. And I say, no, my coach, Jason Pock, said, we learn from bodies because we often erase people of color as people who give us vital information that we need and we hold, right? And so I needed to bring that up. And I wanted to also say, your relationship, you two, your relationship together
I miss her so much.
Yeah,
Adrienne!
Powerful to be just to witness that. I'm so grateful to be a part of that. That was just like, thank you so much for inviting me to be in this space with you. I wanted to give a shout out. So the last two things, I'm going to give a shout out to Handy Capable Fitness.
Oh, I like that.
Yes,
I like that.
And I'll send you the link. Feel free to text me for the link. They are on Instagram. They are also doing a lot of work, a lot of activism. So please just follow them and support Buy a Sweatshirt. And the other thing is Fitness for All Bodies, Deconstructing Ableism, Experience of Disability and Illness in Fitness. We are going to be having this discussion May 15th. You're both invited for free. Just going to be there. I just wanted to let you know because y'all have already given me so many gems. I just want to share whatever gems I have with you. And so I'm like, I don't have that many, but I'm going to give y'all this.
Yeah,
okay. So thank you so much. That is May 15th from 1 to 3 p.m. And that is going to be another amazing panel discussion. So we can smile it out. I don't know how y'all want to.
Wait. Well, I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you so much for just shedding light on a topic like this. A lot of the times, people who are disabled, we are a second class. We're the minority, you know, and a lot of things aren't created for us. They aren't made for us. We're not included, you know. I think a lot of people think people are disabled. We just sit in the house all day and we collect our little check and we stay in the bed all day. No, we don't. You know, we're out here. We're here and we need to be acknowledged. Not only acknowledged, but structures need to be acknowledged. Even when you choose gym equipment, pick gym equipment that will be
Yeah.
modified, or that can be accessible, because it was very discouraging. I hate when I go to the gym and I'm like, oh, I want to get on a machine and I can't do it because it's not modified for me or made for me. Now, when I go to physical therapy, I can get on all the machines at physical therapy, but I don't go to physical therapy 5 days a week. And I'd like to work out 5 days a week. I'm trying to get back into my little fitness, my little routine thing, because I fell off. I'm trying to get back into it. But and just keep in mind, people with the disability, we don't need handouts. We need a hand up, not a
Yeah.
handout. Just open up your heart and open up your mind, and everybody will be happy.
Yes. I like
And
I like
fit.
I like that. So powerful. Thank you so much. It just
Thank
tells us
you.
that being inclusive goes way beyond how, like, the structure of a building. There's so many layers to truly being inclusive, and you just helped us. You just walked us through multiple layers of what it means,
Mm-hmm.
and it also means not just transforming your building, but having a heart like Adrienne or like
Thank you,
Yeah.
Justice,
Justice.
right? It's like
Thank you.
you
Mm-hmm.
have to have that heart of change to create that sense of
Mm-hmm.
belonging, right? And Adrienne was
Right.
that heart, right? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
really
Mm-hmm.
important that people understand heart, that heart space. We
Mm-hmm.
all need that. And in order to have
Mm-hmm.
that, we have to be willing to say, I truly do not know. And I have to meet the person in front of me where they're at. I will ask
Mm-hmm.
questions. I will build a stronger and deeper relationship where they can feel vulnerable with me. And that space that I hold with them is safe and will always be.
Mm-hmm.
Adrienne,
Mm-hmm.
you are a force. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your gems. Kat, thank you for your vulnerability and sharing your experience. I look forward to building more with the two of you. Adrienne, don't worry, I'm calling you about my mama.
You
Oh
got
yeah,
it.
Adrienne coaches my mom, y'all. So I'm be like getting her back on that. So you know what's up. We keep
Got
the
it.
love in the love.
You got it.
Y'all take care. Thank you
Bye,
so
Thank
much.
you
Group
everybody.
so
hug.
much. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Do we just like hit
We
the
just
X
X
button?
out.
Hit
Yep,
that
you
X.
just
My
hit that.
Okay.
granddaughters
All right,
love
wait.
to hit that
Let's
X.
do a